Before you swim like the pros, you can look like the pros. Get the new Arena USA National Team collection, exclusive USA swimming gear, meet supplies, and much, much more at swimoutlet.com, the official online shop of USA Swimming.
I knew something wasn't right, and I had lost a couple pounds, and my appetite wasn't there for a couple days leading into the meet. But it really, really hit me the morning after when I had the 1500 prelims, and I'm not lying when I say that I almost got out at the 1100 mark.
At the 2019 World Champs, after losing the 400 freestyle for the first time in 6 years, Katie Ledecky announced that she had a stomach virus. She bounced back in the 800 freestyle, taking a come from behind victory.
I didn't care about time at that point. I knew it wasn't going to be a great time for me, so the only goal in that race was going to be to go for a medal, and once I dove in, I put myself in contention for gold, and it was a race that was different from any other race I've probably ever swum, where I did kind of have to assess how I was feeling and adjust on the fly. Went out for it from the start. I kind of felt like I had to do that to try to get some momentum going, and felt a little rough in the middle of the race. And Simona Quadarella pulled up right next to me. She was right next to me and was having a great race. Stuck with me, and I just tried to stick with her and trust in my last 50. I kind of felt like I could make a move either the last 100 or the last 50 and decide as I go. And I felt like I was in a good position to just race the last 50 and kind of power through and move past her at the end.
Obviously, Ledecky couldn't have made a full recovery at that point. What percentage of energy would she say she had with the 800 free?
I mean, I said right after the race in Gwangju, it's hard to put a percentage on it. I'd say I was probably somewhere around 80, 85. But just being out of the water for about 2 days in the middle of the meet really takes its toll. I was swimming that 800, and right from the get-go I was like, I don't have the same feel or strength in the water. I was telling myself I hope I get some of that strength back by the end of the race. You know, maybe I'll build up some strength, some feel for the water. That didn't really happen, but luckily I was able to stay calm and kind of just stay in the race and trust that I could put in a kick the last 50 and tough it out for 29 seconds and get my hands to the wall.
We saw Ledecky throw down fast times, even by her standards, on the run-up to World Championships. Does she feel like she's in a good place heading into 2020, even with a setback like this?
I feel really good about where I am. Obviously, this summer wasn't the gauge that I wanted to have on where I was in the races, but I also take a lot of confidence from where I've been at in training, and I know that my training has been as good as it's been, and that should have shown in Gwangju, but unfortunately didn't. So it's not like that training goes away, and I feel like I can really build on this year and just continue to trust in my training and trust in what I'm doing here, and just again really focus on those goals and work towards Olympic trials and hopefully Tokyo.
Ledecky could have a huge schedule in 2020 with 4 individual races and relays, ranging from 200 to 1500. Where does Ledecky think her biggest room for improvement is?
I have a lot to improve in the 200, and I need to improve in that if I want to be competitive for a medal. So that's a race. You know, my speed doesn't come very naturally to me, so that's something that we have to work a lot on. So that I guess 200 and 400 still have a lot of room to improve on, I feel like, and I feel like I've got a really good base for the distance events, and we'll continue to be focusing on those as well.
For Ledecky, her best times came this past season from the Pro Swim Series. Does she expect to top those swims in season on the run-up to 2020 Olympic trials?
I mean, my fastest times were at those meets, unfortunately, and that's not the way I would want it. But I can still learn from those races and just try to be better next year. And I'm sure you'll see me going faster than some of the times I was going at Worlds, at some of the Pro Series meets, Nationals, those kinds of things. Just because hopefully I will be healthy. I'm working in the Mind and Body Lab at Stanford and helping out one of the PhD students on some research around exercise and diet mindsets.
Were you a subject or are you just...
No, I'm not a subject. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it.